Hello my dears, Hero here. It's Spotify Wrapped season, that time of year where Spotify does its yearly roundup of all the stuff you've been listening to, and then they design the experience in a way so that you can share it on social media. It's very fun to see your Spotify Wrapped, and then you can share it with your friends. Spotify Wrapped has been around since 2016, but 2019 was when the intern Jewel Ham actually, as a intern project, actually helped develop the Spotify Wrapped as this story, as this thing you could share to Instagram. Credit belongs to this intern, even though she never really got any compensation or recognition from the company for this major contribution to the Spotify experience. People love the Spotify Wrapped, so shout out to Jewel Ham. Thank you for this great idea, and this year let's unwrap my Spotify Wrapped 2022. If you want to see my 2021 Spotify Wrapped, that was a lot of fun. You can click the video here or down here. So without further ado, let's see what music I played in 2022.
Between old ties and new. Body popping like it's Crisco, fried chicken. I'm licking her thighs, then I put my face in her breast style. Took a drive, my plug on the west side of Atlanta. He known her finesse guys with a hammer on Campbellton headshots on the camera. Knock out the dreadlock. That's a felony charge. He called the F niggas corner the A and get X'd out. But I only
so adventurous. The music I always listen to.
But maybe I did too much, but fuck it, I love my nigga, I'm a saver. And he probably thinking I'm a player, hater on, hater player.
Your morning started with poetic, hype, fun. You seized the day with good vibes, upbeat, feel good. You embrace night with hype, lit, poetic.
Push your P red shit, but maybe shit, but maybe I did too much.
Okay. So their thing this year is kind of like mapping the musical day, kind of what your music trends, I guess, were from morning to night. I like poetic, hype, fun music in the morning. Seize the day with good vibes, upbeat, feel good. So a lot of Cat Empire music, probably. Guess in the comments below what my top artist was this year. My guess is a certain band, but who knows, maybe Cat Empire will be dethroned from my #1 artist this year. All that listening added up. In 2022, your total playtime was 14,512 minutes. That's more than 65% of other listeners in the US. 65th percentile. Let's go.
For me, she simply pushed. I never saw ops to burn. My little nigga in a hearse, I was hearing. Fuck a rap and fuck a verse. I could.
With one song, it was Love at First Listen. Radar by JID.
Trying to see how many earns I can earn. Are you entertained or are you concerned?
Yeah, you played it 22 times with the most listens on September 22nd, 2022. Whoa, that's fun. Oh, I like that one. Wow, that's trippy. But Radar by JID, it's the first banger on his new album. JID is in my Mount Rushmore of rappers. Your Mount Rushmore is like your top 4, the ones who you believe should be immortalized in stone on a mountain. JID is still a pretty young rapper, pretty new in his career, but he's amazing. He got snubbed this year, wasn't even nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys. The Academy is wrong for that. Yeah, JID, just exquisite wordplay, some really important storytelling, especially on his last 2 records. And he's also got a beautiful voice, especially in the new record. He starts singing a lot more, and it's not simply a rap record. It very much shifts into an R&B place on the second half. Album of the year right here, and Radar is such a hype song that always grabs my attention. So definitely worth a listen. Let's move on. JID, thank you for the Forever Story. That's this year's album. You played 2,165 songs, but these played again and again and again. Passive aggressive much? Your top songs. Oh, interesting. Radar by JID, but then Ready Now by the Cat Empire, La Sirene by the Cat Empire. Usually La Sirene leads over Ready Now, but I guess, yeah, nice. Another JID song, Dance Now, and his first single from the album, because I was so ready for it. Yeah, these make sense. Cat Empire and JID. I bumped these songs a lot, and I was so excited for the JID record this year. I always listen to Cat Empire. These are classics for me. Ready Now, though, that must have been the first half of the year I was listening to that more, because it's been a sec. Oh, top artist, guesses in the comment. What is Here Are the Main's top artist? Cat Empire. You spent 1,904 minutes together. You were in the top 0.5 of the Cat Empire listens this year. One year I was 0.01, so it's a little low. I'm lacking. You like these artists so much, we put them on the cover of a magazine, kind of. Cat Empire, JID, Charlie XCX, Kendrick Lamar, Paul McCartney. Again, this makes perfect sense for me. Cat Empire, favorite band. And I have a whole series where I listen through their discography. Of course, that was going to be top played this year. We got JID. Had a record come out this year, first one in 5 years, long anticipated. I listened a lot in anticipation of the album, and I listened to a lot of JID once the album came out, of course. Charlie XCX also had an album come out this year, Crash. I don't like it as much as her more hyper-poppy direction. She went on Charlie and This Is How I'm Feeling, whatever that record is called. But it's much more straightforward pop with a Charlie XCX kind of twist. They're pretty interesting still compared to your average pop radio hit. I think anyone looking for good modern pop, Charlie XCX is a personal favorite of mine. Check out her more recent record, Crash. Kendrick Lamar also dropped a much anticipated record this year. First one since 2016 or 17. Damn was also a while ago. Yeah, we got back into Kendrick. I will say that I'm not returning now as much to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, but he does really break some big boundaries with that album, I think, in terms of meeting people where they're at and trying to bring kind of a healing he's been going through and sharing that with the Black community. He sings from really heavy subject matter that he's been breaking down himself in therapy over the last 5 years. So he has a whole song about his dad issues, his father issues. It's called Father Time. He also has a song talking about queerness and his gay cousin, though it does Dead Name, and it's more from a perspective of a young Kendrick, so it works. It's a good storytelling piece, but he uses the F slur in it, and yeah, it can be tough to listen to, but All that being said, it's all
forgiven. I said them F-bombs, I ain't know any better. Mistakenly, I ain't think that you know any different. See, I was taught words was nothing more than a sound, if ever they was pronounced without any intentions.
And the very last track of his album closes out with him saying he chose himself and he's sorry. It's really beautiful. Taking the time to heal. He didn't make so much art in that time because he needed to figure himself out, and he really grew, it seems like. And he's trying to share what he's learned in that time of growing with everyone else. You just need to listen to the album yourself. It's also got its fair share of bangers. Finally, Paul McCartney. When I was working at my family's place for Christmas tree season, it was time to bump Ram. I love Paul McCartney's album Ram. It was the first album he made after the Beatles broke up. It's his first solo album. It was his first album, I think, working with Linda, so it's kind of proto-Wings. And it's a really good art rock, folk album about his life living in the countryside with his wife. Literally, most of the Paul McCartney play here is from me looping Ram. It's really good. Sonically, it's really fun. It keeps your attention from front to back. And yeah, it's a good vibe. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend Ram. Chaos and Creation in the Backyard by Paul McCartney is also cool. It's from he's older in life at this point, and that one's produced by the producer of Radiohead. So that one's also really good. Kate Bush. But not Over That Hill. Yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah, yo, yeah.
Came from the bottom, I promise mama I got her. And on life I'ma do that shit, ain't no option. Cause my granny ended up dying before she could see the islands. That shit deep, I'ma need a moment of silence.
I listened to a lot of rap this year.
21, can you do something for me? 21. Can you hit a little...
Well, honestly, not a lot of surprising picks this time, but I did get to shout out some records that really did mean something to me this year. If you want to hear me talk to... If you're intrigued by my favorite band and what the Cat Empire are all about, I've been doing an Empathon series where we do a listen through and a musical analysis of the band, of their music. It's vibes. Check that out if you'd like, or check out my Spotify Wrapped list from last year. You'll never guess who the top artist is. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, stay super.